Hi there folks, this is Gieson Cacho with the Barry News Group. So I'm doing something different today. I'm taking a look at Yakuza 0, but I'm not giving a conventional review. The game, it's Sega's latest foray into the Japanese underworld, but instead of making a conventional sequel, this is an origin story. You don't need to know much about any of the past Yakuza games to play this one. You start off following the adventures of Kiryu Kazama and Goro Majima in the 1980s. So Yakuza is a big game, and going over everything is going to take about an hour or so. I don't want to bore you over every minor thing, so I'm going to focus on my 5 favorite distractions in Yakuza 0. Are you guys ready? Because as Kiryu says, let's start with the first one, karaoke. Yes, I'm talking about belting out some tunes after the couple of drinks karaoke, but technically you don't sing in the game. Sega treats this distraction like a music rhythm game. Characters can walk into a bar and pay money to sing their heart out. It's serviceable, but the thing that just gets me is the visuals that accompany each performance. They get bizarre, as characters actually turn into rock stars in mid-song. And if you're into old J-pop, the music ain't bad as well. Next up, there's a Cabaret minigame. Toward the middle of Yakuza 0, Goro takes a manager's role at the Sunshine Cabaret Club. He has to build it from the ground up. He'll recruit new hostesses to his cause, and he'll battle the 5 stars, which are the owners of the other big clubs in Sotenbori. The Cabaret gig is essentially a Diner Dash sort of mini-game, but instead of dishing out food, you assign your roster of women to different clients at the cabaret. Over time, you can improve them, change some of their looks, and improve their abilities. Like the best time waster in Yakuza 0, it's surprisingly deep. My third favorite activity in Yakuza 0 is the slot car racing. This was actually a real thing back in the day. Players get these toy cars and they race them around a track in a similar way that Anki Overdrive does nowadays. Where it gets engrossing is in the customization. Players can buy parts for their cars and make them faster for straightaways or make them more powerful for climbing hills. Sega adds to the collection mechanic by scattering some of the best parts in million-yen vending machines around the world. It's a way to reward exploration. The real estate management game is my 4th favorite distraction in Yakuza 0. It's Kiryu's business counterpart to Goro's cabaret job. In this part of the game, Kiryu manages to buy up real estate, and that brings money every so often. Similar to the cabaret job, you have to go up against rival moguls called the 5 billionaires. The goal is to buy enough property and take over the streets of Kamurocho bit by bit. The real estate minigame is more lucrative than the other business venture, but it's also more time consuming as you scout out places, buy into it, invest and improve them. Players also have to assign people to manage and secure their property. Although Kiryu's job isn't as fun as Goro's cabaret gig, it does bring in more money, and you can use that to upgrade abilities overall. Lastly, I just like wandering around the streets of Dotonbori and Kamurocho. Sega has scattered a whole slew of sub-stories that are the real magic in Yakuza 0. These are random plot points that lurk around any corner. They tell diverse stories. Sometimes Goro will be helping a little girl, other times Kiryu will end up in awkward positions like teaching a dominatrix how to be a dominatrix. These stories range the gamut, but finding them and seeing where they lead are some of the best parts of the game. So that's my top 5, folks. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you're wondering, Yakuza has a lot going for it, but there are times when the main campaign can be boring, and some of the minigames can be frustrating as well. That holds it back from a perfect score, and that's why I give Yakuza 0 3 stars out of 4. Thanks for watching, and remember to subscribe. I'm Gieson Cacho with the Barry News Group.